Welcome back, dear days friends. Today we are here with another little deck showcase, and today I wanted to take a look at Orfist, more specifically the second place in the world Orfist. So luckily, thanks to the new Dear Days update, we actually are able to take a look at the deck list that got second in worlds in this set 7 meta. So this is the list and it's pretty exciting. So of course this was Homan Dub that managed to take the dub all the way to second place. Almost, I think he tweeted like the Abyssal Dark Knight was not dark enough, or the night wasn't abyssal enough, something along those lines. But Orfist in the set 6 meta is honestly very underappreciated and like underrated in my opinion. Like when we were in the set 6, set 7 meta, there was very few people in Japan that were gassing this deck up, and it seems like in English people caught on to it a bit faster, which is good to see. So of course the deck is built around Orfist Regis. So this guy says when you ride him, you choose a world card from your hand or drop and put it into the order zone, and when he attacks, if your world is Abyssal Dark Knight, which means if you have 2 or more worlds orders in your order zone, you can get also one, discard 1, and for every 2 world cards in your order zone you call a Shadow Army token to Rearguard Circle, and this unit gets plus 5k until the end of that battle. So for every unit you call, he gets plus 5k basically, which is pretty nice. And so for every 2 orders in your, or every 2 worlds in your order zone, you call 1, which is also nice. So it's a multi-attack deck. You can make 5 attacks on turn 3, and you may be wondering, how do you make 5 attacks on turn 3? You only call 1 thing because you can only have up to 3 world orders. Well, that's thanks to the new guy, that is Nuvorea. Nuvorea says when he attacks, he gets plus 2k until in the battle for every world in your order zone. So usually on turn 3 he'll get like plus 6, and then when he's retired from Rearguard Circle, if your world is Abyssal Dark Knight, you can call a Shadow Army token to Rearguard Circle. So basically, if you overcall him with Orfist's effect, he will then call another Shadow Army token. So you can go Rear, Nuvorea, Orfist swing, Orfist calls over Nuvorea, and that makes another Shadow Army token. If your opponent attacks into this guy, by the way, he will also make a Shadow Army token, because he doesn't say when retired from Rear on your turn or by your whatever, is just in general. So also, funny thing is that his pose is actually the exact same as the Dragonic Overlord the Cross, which is a funny little tidbit. But so that's the grade 3. So we also of course run the Persona rides, but let's take a look at some of the orders. Of course, we're running 1 copy of the Eclipse Moonlight as kind of like the order you search out most of the time. Sometimes you don't, but you can almost want to play it, and then if you do, you call a Shadow Army token. So, and otherwise all of the world orders, they share the same text, where if you have 1 world in the order zone, your world becomes Dark Knight, and if you have 2 or more, your world becomes Abyssal Dark Knight, but your order zone has to be just world orders, which this deck is. Then we run 4 copies of Halloween Moonlit Night, so Soul Boss 1 to draw a card, which is nice. This deck doesn't really plus much, because if you notice, Orfist discards 1 for his cost, which is pretty heavy. And then we have 4 copies of Overcoming an Eternity, which is basically the most soul heavy card and also the most time heavy card in Dear Days, because you have to process every single 5k edition. So this is, you have to Soul Blast it to play it, but every time you play a Shadow Army token, it gets plus 5k power. So if you have multiples of these, it gets plus 10 or plus 15, etc. So it's pretty good. Now, to find some more orders, we played 2 copies of Tekton. So when he's discarded from hand during your turn, you can look at top 5 for set order added to your hand, which is pretty good. And because we're setting set orders a lot, we get Combine Rusher out as well. You know, he's in drop. You can count +1 when you set an order from your hand to call him out. And when he attacks a grade 3 or greater unit, if you have 2 or more set orders, he gets plus 10k, which is excellent. Very, very nice. So anyway, moving forward, of course, we have PGs, goes without saying. And then basically the last card outside the ride line is, of course, the Kagula. So Kagula lets you Soul Charge 1 if your world is in Dark Knight when you call it. And if it's an Abyssal Dark Knight, you may Soul Charge 2 instead. And if your world is an Abyssal Dark Knight, you Soul Blast 1, retire it to call Shadow Army token to Rearguard Circle. So basically, it replaces its 8k power by like 15 or 20 or 25 depending on what you're on, basically, which is really cool. So it's a good promo. Just makes the power go harder in this deck. And of course the ride line is actually one that you've probably seen in other decks like Gravidia. So the grade 0 can be whatever. I chose to put it as Eva. And then you have Rutis as the grade 1, which when you ride it searches for a world card and adds it to your hand. And then the grade 2 is Kubizia, which basically says when you put a world into your order zone, you give a unit plus 5k. Sometimes it's going to be him, sometimes it'll be a rear guard, depending on how you're progressing. And we're running 8 crit for that max aggression and the 3 draws to generate some hand as well. So that is it. That is the deck itself. So now let's get into ranked and play a game and see how the deck performs in platinum tier. Earloid. I feel like we faced Earloid on a YouTube video before, maybe, I'm not sure, but let's get it. This will be exciting. Do you have an auto clicker ready for the overcomings? I do not. All right, let's do the Yomi for rock, paper, scissors. So most people drop scissors, I feel like. So paper is gonna get screwed, but some people just go for the paper expecting the rock. We expect the scissors and we win. Going first is pretty big for Orfist too, so obviously that's gonna be nice. Keep the Tecton, but honestly, I wouldn't. Don't really want to draw one. Or maybe we keep the order and we ditch the Tecton. I feel like I've opened the Tecton quite a lot. I really want a hard mulligan for Persona Ride, so we're gonna go for 4, and this kind of pays off actually. We have Combine Rusher to bring it out, which is nice, and then we can just basically ditch the Tecton here to have maximum chances of finding an order. So let's resolve that first. There's a meta for rock, paper, scissors. Yeah, dude. You gotta be, it's like fighting games, man. You gotta have the Yomi. Gotta be ready at all times. Alright, so here we got 2 orders. I think here normally I'd search out the Eclipse Moonlight, but I feel like we're gonna get damage denied because I'm going first. So we're gonna actually search out Overcoming an Eternity here as our discard target for turn 3, which I think should be pretty nice. We might be playing against Youthberg, but might actually be an honest Bastion player. We'll see what your Lloyd is bringing to the table. Oh, it's Hexa Orb, I think. All right, let's take a look at how things are gonna go. Gonna be 8k to the face. We do want to take this because we want the CB to use Combine Rusher and do some offensive push. Alright, taking the 1 damage. Combine Rusher again going to damage, not the end of the world. And so here we can basically just ditch. Ooh, another Combine Rusher, pretty good. We want to ditch this one. We could go for a trial lane push as well, but I think it's fine not to. I'm gonna set the grade 2 draw order here. Draw a card. And let's resolve the draw first. Draw first is good. Here I'm gonna choose to call out the Combine Rusher. I know the risk of getting the damage denied, but if I do, it's not the end of the world. Part of me even wants to go a bit ham on the aggression, but we're gonna actually do it like so. So we're gonna have the Combine Rusher on the side and keep the Kagula for later, so that we can call it down under the Overcoming an Eternity. I think this should be okay. This should be okay. So we're gonna swing here first. Base Hexa twist. Base Hexa player, that's right. Hexor players are Giga Chads. I like Hexor players, they are. Especially in set 6, Hexor got some really nice support. It's nice that we have the promo in Dear Days as well. So that makes it even better. Alright, gonna take it. We get a crit, pushing 2 damage, very good. That is an excellent start to the game. So it'll help us bring on the pressure, bring on the damage throughout the game, which is always going to be excellent. I finally turned off Siri on my watch, by the way, so you're going to stop hearing her randomly interrupting my videos all the time. Alright, 2 normal units go to the damage zone, so triggers are still very much in the deck. Set 6 promos we're talking about. So they added some promos to set 6 in Dear Days, and Hexorb's promo is one of them. So that's the one that was it soul charging or counter charging? I'm trying to remember. I think it was the counter charging one they used soul. I think that's what it was. Zako Okoru. It's so funny. He's such a counter charge and draw. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, we're actually getting counterblast here, so we'll take this first swing, because it means if we get good defensive, we can just 5k to guard. So we're gonna do exactly that, and then we just drop the Combine Rusher for shield, which is quite nice, and then that way we can ditch the order for our... I could technically just like take this. This might go rear actually. It is gonna go rear. I kind of want to protect that, so I will actually guard that. So Combine Rusher will stay in hand. This way we can bash down with the Combine Rushers. Ooh, Mabel picked up. That's pretty big. Recurable attacker is pretty strong. Alright, so now we can ditch the Overcoming an Eternity. And this way... Ooh, we got a normal set as well. Very good. So we'll ditch this. Right into the Orfist Regis and use his effect to set from drop the Overcoming an Eternity. Very good. And then we're going to set this one from hand for the cost of Soul Blast 1 to draw. It's not really a cost, you're basically plussing. Another Kagula comes out, that's actually pretty good. So we only get 4 swings here. We didn't manage to find the Nouveau, unfortunately. We're gonna Soul Charge here. We get a Nouveau, ooh, and a Persona Rai, that's not too great. Let's Soul Blast out the Nouveau here. And basically just gonna make some tokens on the back side here. So this way we can bash with the 10Ks to force out some shield. And then otherwise we try to confirm some damage. And also keep in mind they have to discard 1 for Orfist Regis's cost. So make sure to never overdo it, otherwise you'll be in trouble. Alright, cool. You don't want to over Soul Charge because obviously you'll run out of deck, or just you'll thin out your triggers out of your deck, which is not what you want to do either. So this is a pretty good early setup, I think. We're basically approaching this in a way that this Combine Rusher unboosted will probably get intercepted, and then that means that we actually have a chance to check our heal trigger here on the Vanguard swing. So exactly as I said, we have high chances of you know, checking a heal here. 18k is also pretty annoying to guard, especially when you're in 10k base. I mean, just in general, it's annoying. We'll ditch the heals, the least amount of shield value that we can afford to ditch without losing Deeper Sunride. And then here we're going to have a 30k and a 40k column, so the signs are most likely confirmed damage. My opponent might have to drop 2 cards just to guard the middle column here, so this is going to be pretty big. Does running a random grade 0 in the ride deck affect anything? What do you mean by random? Oh, the heal is so nice here. The heal is actually super good. Do we have an order in here? No, we have a Combine Rusher. So if he hits defensive, this becomes 15k shield, so we're actually going to give it to the Combine Rusher column, so that even if he hits defensive, it's still asking for 2 cards on both sides. Alright, pretty good checks, pretty good turn 3, not gonna lie. We're pushing very well without really going too ham. Alright, another vanilla. Well, another non-trigger, rather, going to damage. We're going to hit with a 40. This is a 3-card guard if you don't use front triggers, which is pretty big. Gonna take it. Going to 4 damage while on grade 2. This is the power of the Orfist aggro. And if anything, the OT gets checked. But honestly, I'm pretty happy to get that out the way right now. Like, I'd rather get that out right now than have to worry about it later, especially because our numbers are only scaling harder. So honestly, we're on 1 damage, we're not stressing, dude. We are champ chilling. Champion chilling right now. I am not complaining whatsoever. Alright. We're gonna see Hex Orb do her thing. Okay, rearrange some stuff on top off of the grade 2 skill. Hexanal checking with you offensively feels good. Yeah, I've definitely been got by offensive Hex Orb OT, so pretty happy to see it randomly just poof into the damage. Alright, they find the I think Airloid always plays Hex Orb on the ladder. Like, I feel like I should make a video on Hex Orb at some point. SP glowing Hex Eldo Breath. I really should make one, huh? I like me my Eldo Breath. Alright, this 13k. He knows his top cards, but I think because he can't put Hex Orb skill on him on the Hex Orb herself, I think I'll go for the 2 to pass. If he has 2 triggers, so be it. If he doesn't, we're fine. And just like that, we're actually kind of chilling. Alright, cool. So if he damage denies me here, that's gonna hurt. And there's a high likelihood that he will. But if he does, then I just guard. Let's see. I'll take this, and I'm curious if the last one is gonna go at rear. If it does, we just block it. It's no problem. He shuffled his deck. Alright. You kind of have to swing rear here, logically speaking, but let's see if he does it. Yep, this is the correct play. I think I'll actually overguard this. I'll overguard and just try to overwhelm with big numbers next turn. So it'll be 3 swings, but it'll be 3 huge swings. So I think we're in a good spot regardless. Do we have any orders? We don't. Oh, Nouveau Rea! That's gonna be really big later. This is gonna be good. Hex is a punishing lady. Well, I'm on 1 damage, so I'm not stressing. I am not stressing. I'm pretty sure I don't have any orders to resolve anywhere. Yep, I don't. Unfortunate. Hopefully we pull one by the later turn. So we're gonna call out the Combine Rusher here and basically just swing face and check some good triggers. We have a 45 and a 40k column. We're basically chilling. The Vanguard's pretty hard to guard without a PG, so that 9-card hand is gonna get melted. Playing Hex as a sort of struggle street? I think Hex is pretty good. Oh, okay, we see the 1 to 2 to pass with the intercept. I think that is the correct play, but that's already 2 cards out of the hand. An order. Very good pickup. If we can push to 5 with these big rear guard columns, I'm honestly pretty happy. Like, cannot complain. Overall. So we're gonna swing. And then next turn we have a nice Nouveau Rhea. Double Eternity. Turn with potentially the Kaggle if that stays in hand. We're on 1 damage, so we can afford to take some damage anyway. Okay, what's up, JJ? For those of you watching, make sure you check out Mr. GG Mr. Rogers streaming Deer Days a lot. If you're into Deer Days, there's always a lot of lovely Vanguard content creators that you should check out and support, so make sure to give all of them your support, at least a follow. Alright, 45k going to the Vanguard. We definitely need to push. We can't really afford to, like, stall and wait. This isn't that kind of deck. I am kind of in the disadvantageous position where my opponent could just check heals. And heal down to, like, 3 again, so hopefully it sticks at 4. Here comes the Persona. So this is going to be a big turn. Luckily I'm at 1, so I can kind of afford to take a bunch of damage without necessarily getting screwed. Maple comes back. And now Hexorb can use her skill to stack a trigger up top. We have to see what is going to be. Most likely a crit. CP1 Soul Boss 1. It is going to be the crit. Alright, we're going to just eat that. Like, actually going to just eat that. No stress. Because it's going to be triple check. So it's going to be big power too. But we have a high chance of checking defensives. I want the CB anyway, so give me the crits. I am happy with it. Triple crit is 4 damage. We're not dead, but looking at my hand, if I don't check defensives, I'll be dead, so. But I think I haven't seen too many triggers yet anyway, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Yeah, we haven't even seen half of our triggers yet, so. Bring it on. Bring it on. Nothing. Followed by nothing. Alright, just 2 damage, and that's all the CBA really needs, so. Bring it on, my friend. We get a crit defensive, as I said. That's half of our triggers out now. At this very point. And then the second one will be a PG. So we'll probably take the 40k swing, and then that 15, 25 on the other side can get guarded. Will the 40 rather go to face? Okay, I was going to intercept this anyway, so yes, you can take out my Combined Rusher. I will let you do that. We can just use our Overcoming an Eternity next turn. We're basically chilling because we can also, like, Nouveau Rhea with a Kagula, like, ooh, all kinds of good stuff here. Yeah, we'll just take this, take the CB. We don't even really need Combined Rusher next turn. It's pretty impressive. Oof, heal's not going to activate, but we get put in heal range, but probably not going to stay in heal range because my opponent will probably take the first attack that we swing at them with, which will be a Nouveau Rhea. A double Nouveau Rhea. Oh my god, we can actually do the full board. But I don't really want to waste it here. I don't really want to waste it. So we're going to play out the Overcoming an Eternity. Not going to activate Combined Rusher. We don't need it. I think we'll just keep the... This, like, basically what we can do here is swing Nouveau Rhea. With the... We can swing both columns with the boost, basically. Let me see. Or maybe I do want to do double Nouveau Rhea. I think I will do double Nouveau Rhea, actually. We're gonna go a bit ham. We're gonna go a bit green eggs and ham over here. Hey, JJ coming in with the 20 months as well of support. Joining us for this little deck showcase of Orfist. Pause about all decks in Vanguard when I can, but seriously, homie, I don't recommend playing Hexa Orb on God, for real, for real. The Hexa Orb man said it himself. I can't believe it. Alright, gonna take the first one. The OT is out, so the best thing you can get is a heal here. Let's see if they hit it. They don't, it's nothing. This could be it for our opponent. I'm gonna swing in with a Nouveau Rhea, another 36k column here. Try to resolve the effect as fast as possible. What's the key for, like, confirming effects? I basically just need to confirm, just to make sure it's fast. Alright, 38. Gonna be guarding with the maple in the front. No defensive. Definitely gonna hurt a little bit. It's Z? Alright. Good. So this is gonna be a 23k Orfist. A little bit difficult to guard with. Alright, it is Z indeed. Alright. Here we go. 2 tokens over 2 Novareas is gonna be very nice. Call them out. And then our Novarea effect is gonna resolve a lot. Oh my god, alright. Keep the Z's tapping. Keep the Z's going. Don't stop. Don't stop. 76 seconds, and we're making the most of them too. Alright. Here comes a Novarea. This one we need to not mess up. We need to be careful with where we place these. Alright, here comes another McDouble. Oh! We get to resolve the other Novarea first. Call this out here. Alright, now we get back to 4 more instances of overcoming an eternity. I'm sorry, Earloid. You're gonna have to go through this. We have to build the columns into 50k. They must get swole. Get bigger. Get larger. Don't let chat say bitch. This is exciting. This is the Orfist power. You're gonna basically need 3 PGs here to survive. Ooh, the 2 to pass. So I'm like certain that they're gonna PG the other 2 attacks. So if I was gonna say if I get any triggers, we're going all in on Vanguard here. But sadly we don't. We get another Novarea instead. Alright, let's see if you have the double PG, which will put him down to 1 card in hand to protect against these 50k Orfist columns. Let's see it. There's one. I think he drive checked one at some point. This is gaming. Yeah, they did drive check this one at some point. And that one we also saw the drive check earlier. But do you have the second with the 1 card hand? Might be in trouble if they do, but you won't know if you don't try. I feel like you would have taken one of these actually first. Yeah, it does have the second PG. The different PG arts too. Damn, we're going custom Robo out here. Alright, this is a great 2. Does survive the big Orfist push, and now we have 4 cards in hand. Only 30k shield in hand. So we are in danger if they have Persona Ride. We are screwed if they have Persona Ride. They do! Alright, this might be... Y'all were saying Hexorb Cope, Hexorb this, Hexorb that, but we are actually potentially dying to Hexorb here. How many heals do I have left in deck? I have 2 out, visibly here. 3. Okay. We have a heal left and an OT left somewhere. Let's see this. Hero is Cope. I saw someone came in and said they got a 12 win streak with heroes in ranked earlier, so heroes are pretty decent. Like, they might be not so flashy, but honestly, I've been saying since set 6, like, heroes are decent. No way he wins? Nah, dude. I believe. He got the crit up top. I think I'll have to no-guard this too, because it's not looking too good. Actually, no, I think I have to guard the Vanguard, actually. Never mind, I can't. I think we just have to check OT on defensive. We gotta hit the OT on defense. We gotta play D, bros. We gotta play D. Alright. I got a prayer. I believe in this beautiful world in which I check heal OT defensively, but it looks like we might have hit our limit. Hexorb showing up on the ranked ladder, not letting me out of plat 2 out here. But we got to show off some good Orfist gaming. Here comes the second. Oh, the front. Oh my god, thank god I didn't give that a 2 to pass. I would have just exploded and died. Especially because Hexorb can put the trigger on the heal to make a 1 to pass, you know, a 2 to pass be a 1 to pass basically, so you have to like 3 to pass. The OT might still save me. The OT might still save me. OT on 6 will still save me. I have not given up. I have not given up. I refuse to give up. I believe in OT on 6. If that is my out, that is my out. If that is how I survive, that is how I survive. And I will see it happen here and now. First, check the draw. draw into a PG, and now the heal. Or the OT, come on. Let's get it! Oh, damn it, wrong trigger. Alright, well, you know what? It was a solid attempt. It was a solid attempt. We did what we could, and props to Earlord for winning with the Hex Orb. I think that was a good watch for everyone at home. You know, Orfist got second at Worlds for a reason. It does have its limits, and unfortunately we got to see them. No, I went down to Plat 1. That's unfortunate. It was a yellow card just thrown. You lose points like that? Huh, you don't even have like protection or anything. Damn, I gotta get out of Plat. I gotta get out of Plat, man. Plat is scary. But with that, I think you got a nice little showing of what Orfist does. I've seen some comments say like, oh, could you do like 2 fights per video? But generally speaking, TCG games do take longer than 0 games on average, as you can see. Just because of a lot of the decision making, guarding, you know, you playing on both players' turns, not just your own. And so because of that, I choose to just show off 1 fight per video. I try to make it one that is like good if it's like obviously just like a random throw or like just a random like sack fest, obviously not. But this is actually a very solid game. You got to see the value of Combine Rusher. Like we got damaged and I played really well from the Hex Orb side too. And even when we got slowed down, we still got to, you know, push a little bit with the Persona right turn and then try to back it up with like the double Kagula with like the big combos of resetting the board, which was really nice. So overall, very good games, good times here with Orfist. So hope you guys enjoyed the video showing off the lovely Orfist Regis, the 2nd place in the world deck list. And unfortunately, I'm not as strong of a Orfist player as Romain was, that got 2nd place at Worlds as well. But with that, guys, if you like this video, please do give it a like. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. And if you'd like to support me and the content that I make, consider becoming a YouTube channel member or subscribing on my Twitch channel, because then you support me, the content I make, the product I buy to make videos, and of course, my move to my new apartment in April, which will be a very expensive journey. So I appreciate it very much, but thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.